Easter with Bob Hope and his bunnies tomorrow.
I'm Andrea Shane in for Joan Steffen.
And I'm Kevin McDowell. Coming up next on News 11, the DNR's worst fears confirmed. Grass fires break out across the state.
While the warm weather creates some problems, others were out enjoying the temperatures today.
Gardeners find warm weather a mixed blessing as well. We'll have some tips to make it easier.
And the Twins are in action in California. We're going to have the details in sports. News 11 is next.
I don't like to wait.
I hate to wait.
Why make 2 trips? And why wait? At LensCrafters, you can have quality eyeglasses in about an hour. Even tough prescriptions like trifocals and bifocals. Listen.
I've gotten bifocals, and I've gotten less than an hour.
45 minutes.
50 to 55 minutes.
Why make 2 trips?
LensCrafters, quality eyeglasses in about an hour. In Burnsville Mall, Southdale Mall, and Lomans Plaza.
I think the connection's great because it would cost me a lot of money if I didn't have free calls because I call every day. The idea of not having to deal with phone books is great because I've thrown my phone books away. Not using the phone books has been a great pleasure. Just knowing that I can call the connection and get anything I need is the most helpful thing of all. The thing I like best about the electronic Yellow Pages is that it's free and that the operators are all very friendly.
You look.
Well, you look.
The game Monopoly has come to life at McDonald's.
Okay, my McDLT for your Baltic Avenue.
And your Coca-Cola. And you can win big.
Marvin Gardens! Marvin Gardens!
Monopoly has come to life at McDonald's. With over $40 million in food, prizes, and cash. You could win $1 million. Collect the right game pieces or win instantly.
Boardwalk.
Boardwalk? Hey! Do not pass go. Go directly to McDonald's.
Now, the Twin Cities' fastest growing television news. News 11. With Joan Steffen, Kevin McDowell, Randy Shaver on sports, and meteorologist Sally Patrick.
The assault began in the air as fire crews across the state battled grass fires on this red alert Saturday. Good evening. Joan Steffen has the night off. Much of Minnesota under a red alert tonight.
Grass fires plague the state in a situation the DNR calls explosive.
Grass fires cut a path of destruction across the state. Fires raged in Williams, Lake Itasca, Nimrod, Wadena, Springvale, and Hugo, where volunteer crews were called out on this dry and devastating Easter weekend. Stiff breezes hampered efforts, but the crews were able to get the fire under control. Thousands of acres have been destroyed by weekend fires. Now, the DNR has issued a burning warning. It says don't burn anything, basically. It includes leaves, trash, harvest debris. Don't barbecue. Be careful about throwing your cigarette butts away. And campfires must have a ring of stones around them.
A grass fire in Cambridge may be the result of unheeded warnings by the DNR. We had crews at several scenes today. Our team report begins in Cambridge. Norm Schroeder reports a fire there may have been prevented.
It was another day of an all-too-common sight. Flames turning open fields into blackened stretches. And it was hot, hard work. You can tell by the way News 11 photographer Paul Rovaset had to hustle to keep up with firefighters. And it was frustrating. The Department of Natural Resources says virtually all the grass fires lately are starting because people are ignoring burn restrictions, thinking something like this won't happen to them.
Most people, when you come up to them, they may be just a leaf burner, just a little pile of leaves. And they just don't realize how dry it is and how dangerous it is.
The DNR suspects this fire on a Cambridge farm was sparked by someone burning trash in the open without a permit. If so, the burner could be fined up to $700 and have to pay for putting the fire out. In this case, the cost could run several $1,000s, the price of carelessness during the driest spell in years. A spell News 11's Carolyn Marinin reports touched off several fires near Itasca Park.
Today, those fires began around 3 this afternoon, and within the first hour and a half, the DNR has reported between 25 and 30 fires. Officials say the blazes have destroyed more than 51,000 acres so far, and they warn the fires can start easily and spread fast.
3 fire crews work to contain a grass fire north of St. Paul. Now, our team report continues with Jeanette Harrison on the devastating fire in Hugo.
Jim, let's roll that hose up, and I'll back through the brush here, and we'll hit it from this side.
The flames looked at trees, grass, and stubby brush. Firefighters were trying to outsmart and outrun a grass fire racing through 42 acres of vacant farm and grasslands near Hugo late this afternoon.
It works underneath the grass, and you just got to keep hitting on it, because it works underneath there and you can't get your water right to it.
Fire departments from Hugo, White Bear Lake, and Centennial did battle on the ground. Overhead, a DNR helicopter dumped water on the worst spots. Still, the fire continued to skip past and around fire lines. The whirlpools of wind made this fire treacherous to fight. We were standing in one area, moved, looked back 5 minutes later, and the grass in that area was completely blackened. It took crews about an hour and a half to smother the blaze, and 42 more acres were added to the sad toll of thousands of fields lost this spring to grass fires. Jeanette Harrison, News 11, Hugo.
From Sky 11, flames could be seen racing across these acres near Pine River, fueled by dry, brittle grass and birch trees. Out of control. Attacking the fire from the air, a DNR tanker circling over the right spot, dumping a fire retardant. 4 tankers flew just in the northwest district of Minnesota today. Along their side choppers, 7 of them equipped with buckets. They dipped into nearby ponds, then unloaded the water on flames. On the ground, Sabika and Pine River firefighters had everything working against them. Temperatures in the high 80s and dry conditions. If that wasn't enough, there was wind gusting up to 45 miles per hour, fanning flames, spreading them quickly. For firefighters, this was a race against time, not just because acres were burning, but because these flames were moving dangerously close to a house. Firefighters did win this battle. They saved the Pryor's home. But tomorrow, battles like this one near Pine River and across the state will continue. Not helping will be the same hot, dry forecast, accompanied by stronger winds. Carroll and Marinin, News 11, near Pine River.
The danger of grass fires will continue throughout the night. The upper 2/3 of Minnesota are under a warning. That is the highest alert. The rest of the state remains under a watch. In Wisconsin, the northwest region is under a warning. Everything else in that state is under a watch. And in South Dakota, conditions are not much better. The western and central areas of the state are under extremely dry conditions, and the potential for fire in the eastern areas is very high as well. Fire conditions in North Dakota are extremely high in the southeastern part of the state, and they are very high in the western part.
Well, the fire danger is an increasing threat while the weather stays dry. Meg Hanisch from the DNR joins us from downtown St. Paul at the headquarters. And Meg, you were with us about 24 hours ago. Things have deteriorated since then, apparently rapidly. What are you up against now?
Okay, we have fires burning all over the state, but we're concerned with 2 areas. Both of you have identified. One of them is at Lake Itasca, or it's about 6 miles north of Itasca Park, and then also around Nimrod we have 3 or 4 fires burning. One of those you identified as the one at Wadena. Those are the 2 areas that we're really concerned about at this time.
Meg, what is the strongest piece of advice you want to get across?
Well, we can't reiterate enough what you put on just at the beginning of the program, that it is the severest season we've had in 10 years, and that people just have to watch burning. There are no burning permits being issued in the northern two-thirds of the state. We're asking people on recreation fires, that includes like campfires, barbecues, to not burn if they don't have to. If they are going to burn, please use like a grill, barbecue, you know, don't do it outside on the ground. And if they're going to burn, please clear an area at least 6 feet in circumference around the area that they're burning.
Okay, Meg, thank you for joining us. Meg Hanish from the DNR. We want to go now to Roy Finden, who's standing by to tell us if we can expect any rain at all, to help us out here. Roy?
Well, the answer is not until Monday are we expecting any rain at all, and we're not expecting that to be a substantial amount. After that, the next chance is not until later in the week, until about Thursday. And to add to that, tomorrow we are expecting sunshine again and even gustier winds than we had today.
Okay, thank you very much, Roy. Several sprinkling bans are in effect tonight because of the dry weather. Edina is under a sprinkling ban effective immediately. That lasts until Monday, at least at this point. White Bear Township is under a ban. Sprinkling is allowed between 6 a.m. and midnight. Odd number houses can sprinkle on odd number days, vice versa for even number houses. The same goes for St. Anthony Village. Starting Monday, this weekend, all sprinkling is banned, and Eden Prairie is under a ban until further notice. And we did just get this word that St. Paul Park is also under a sprinkling ban, at least until Tuesday morning.
Again, we want to remind you the danger of fires is severe tonight. In total, the DNR battled at least 50 fires this afternoon and evening. 25 are still active tonight. The DNR says do not burn anything, including leaves, trash, harvest debris. It is asking you not to barbecue, even in your own backyard. Be careful about throwing cigarette butts away, and campfires must have a ring of stones around them. But the warm weather was good news for most Twin Cityans who are probably still out enjoying the high temperatures. Tonight, lots of people were out and about strolling in the lakes in the Uptown area watching the sunsets. Some sat on the docks watching others play in the water. Even after 8 p.m., it was still around 80 degrees outside. Big Mouth and Little Girl are in the spotlight tonight as their days in Minnesota draw to a close. Crowds of people are taking advantage of the nice weather to say goodbye to the beluga whales. Big Mouth is very sick and will be leaving next Sunday to go to San Diego. Little Girl is going with him, and they are not expected to return.
Well, hundreds of Brewer fans were out celebrating tonight. The Brewers picked up win number 11, and that ties the American League record for consecutive wins in the early season. Eric Olson of our Wisconsin Bureau reports via Skylink 11 the wins are giving fans plenty to celebrate.
After some high-spirited tailgating this morning, people piled into County Stadium. Fans shed their shirts, spread on their favorite suntan lotion, and spent the day sitting in the Saturday sunshine.
Just a beautiful day for baseball out here. Temperatures in the 70s, sunny skies, the Brewers in first place, and the fans here aren't just from Milwaukee either.
They're here from Minnesota. David Bach came all the way from St. Cloud with a message for Minnesotans who couldn't make it to the game today.
I hope they have a lot of fun. We're having fun down here in the sun.
Things got hot midway through the game, and that's when the Water Brigade took over. But no dousing could ever dampen the spirits around here. The Brewers keep on winning, and as long as that happens, the fans here will keep on screaming for more. At Milwaukee County Stadium, Eric Olson, News 11, the Wisconsin Bureau.
And by the way, this little tidbit, today's tying win comes as a welcome news to the players. The Brewers coach has lifted his order that players wear ties on their charter flights.
They're happy men about that. Absolutely. Still to come tonight on News 11, the Japanese trade tariffs send Twin Cityans scurrying to stores.
And traveling man Jim Douglas has a story of a Wisconsin man who's a master at his craft.
On the next, for Kids' Sake Special, the situations are hypothetical, but they reflect real problems.
Principals are afraid, superintendents are afraid, the school board's afraid. Everybody's passing the buck on troublesome kids, and the kids are allowed to stay in school.
Join Harvard Law Professor Charles Nesson and a panel of leading educators in a discussion of issues and problems facing American education today. See School on Trial, Tuesday, April 28th on TV 11.
Son? Yeah, Dad? You remember the other day when I said in life there are no guarantees? You did? I was wrong.
Oh, no.
This Toro with the GTS engine is guaranteed to start on the first or second pull for the next 2 years, or Toro will fix it free.
Guaranteed?
First or second pull.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
TerraTag savings now at Gruber Hardware, coast to coast and wheels westward.
From the hot
hits to the new Hot Toppers at Burger King.
Hot Toppers? Never heard of
For only 99 cents, a flame broiled cheeseburger topped with tender sliced mushrooms and melted Swiss.
That's under $1, Mike.
Or topped with bacon and barbecue sauce.
It's less than $1, Mike.
Or the new ham and cheese Hot Topper, all for only 99 cents at Burger King.
Your call, Mike.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's. Can I help you?
No thanks, just passing through.
Way to go, buddy. Now at Burger King for only 99 cents, the new Hot Toppers for limited time only.
Burger King, the best food for fast times.
Well, tonight, the body of a 13-year-old boy has been found in Fort Snelling State Park. The child was found face down on a sandy trail near the Interpretive Center. An autopsy has been scheduled for tomorrow.
Tonight, the Japanese-American trade war has hit the Twin Cities. Shoppers were out in droves to pick up electronic goods that will soon be slapped with a 100% tariff. Several televisions, computers, and hand-powered tools will be affected by the tariffs announced by President Reagan yesterday.
And tonight, President Reagan is sending Americans an Easter message of peace. That story tops Datelines. Reagan met with Secretary of State George Shultz while vacationing in California. Reagan called Shultz's meeting with Gorbachev a first step toward an historic agreement between East and West. In Argentina, the president there is urging infantry school officers attempting a coup to surrender. Loyalist troops are armed with artillery to hold back the rebellious troops. The rebels allege military officers are being persecuted for human rights abuses. And in Chicago, thousands of Easter worshipers are flocking to view a painting of the Virgin Mary and Jesus that appears to be crying. A lot of people have left cash and jewelry on the floor in front of the picture. The Weeping Madonna picture is the second such incident in the Chicago area. Strange story.
That's strange.
No rain.
Not in the immediate future. That's exactly right. Yes.
Nothing that's going to help us.
I'll be able to explain exactly how that is right after we say the right now. My goodness, it's a soft summer evening. It's magnificent. 70 degrees at this hour in April. My goodness. Today's high was 87, just 2 degrees shy of a record. The overnight low last night, 53. No rain, of course, and 622 for sunrise tomorrow. Clear now, 70, just a little southeast wind at the moment at 9. That's going to change. The dew point is 47, humidity 44%. The pressure is 29.83. And the pressure is rising. Tonight's satellite picture gives us the first indication of what the possibilities are for a change in the weather, a change to rain, and there is some cloudiness over here, a few thunderstorms up in North Dakota, but they are moving to the north, and that's an important component in what we have in our weather picture for the balance of the weekend and early this week. To get a change, we would have to move out of this system. Here's a big area of high pressure, big area of low pressure, deep low, strong high, and in between, where we see the isobars close together, we have the wind that produced today's tinder conditions outside. Well, the high is not going to move very much. The low is going to move a little bit. So by tomorrow, this will be a little closer. These isobars will even be a little closer together. It'll be windier tomorrow than it was today, and we're expecting to have the sunshine again as well. And then the movement, finally, of this area of low pressure is expected to be to the north. Another separate section of it is expected to break off and move to the south. Won't be a factor in our picture, so it's as this one skims to the north. There'll be a chance of showers on Monday, but that is not a big chance to include any significant amount of rain. That's what's happening there. Quite a picture. Today, what a significant blister of warm temperatures. 90s up into the Dakotas, set records, dozens of records set from Denver to Bismarck to International Falls to Green Bay. Everybody was setting records, and we expect those 90s to be creeping into southern Minnesota tomorrow, creeping to as close as where we are here in the Twin Cities. It's a possibility. The only cool spots were way in the east, way in the west, because they're having some rain there in the east, and in the west with the new system, they even do have tonight some frost warnings, believe it or not, in some of the valleys in Idaho and in Oregon. Not here, though. Nothing approaching frost. Look at this for a summer night. 70-degree temperatures here, 10 o'clock at night, temperatures that are in the 70s, the high 70s, in fact. So here is tomorrow's outlook. As I described, here are the isobars closer together. The new system has divided. One is going this way, one is going this way. It'll be windier tomorrow, and as we continue to have that flow from this system and this system, the warmth just comes gliding in our direction. So we'll put all of those summary details for your Easter Sunday together in just a minute.
Backyard playing, just you and I. You were king and I was queen in our treehouse in the sky. And now that all our younger years drift into yesterday, I want you to remember.
Hello. Hi, Billy. Guess who?
Hey, sis. How are
I
you?
won't drift away.
The brain has two sides, an emotional right and a logical left. The left side knows the Saab 900 is practical. The right side doesn't care. The left side sees safety in Saab's high performance. The right side doesn't care. The left side admires the 56 cubic feet of cargo space. The right side doesn't care. Why not bring both sides of your brain for a test drive in a Saab 900?
See one of your 3 Minneapolis St. Paul Saab dealers.
Hi, I'm Lindale Garden Center's Bert Ruttman here asking you, no begging you, to enter Lindale Garden Center's Lawn Boy Lawnmower $10,000 sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. Buy your Lawn Boy Lawnmower here and receive free $25 labor service certificate, free lifetime blade sharpening, free setup, free 2-gallon gas container, free engine oil, and free up to 2-year warranty with your purchase. And remember, at the Lindale Garden Center, we will match anyone's Lawn Boy Lawnmower prices, even if we have to raise ours.
Anyone can shop. You don't have to be in great physical condition. You can shop all your life. It's probably one of the few leisure pursuits that every woman in the world has in common. I mean, even women in Russia shop. It's very normal. If I ever met a woman who said she'd never shopped in her life, I'd know she was an alien, a body snatcher or something.
An absolutely intoxicating evening, and to add to it, later on tonight, about 2 a.m., we've got a full moon. It's going to be out there just blazing away. Marvelous. Everything feels good, smells good, looks good, except the fire danger, of course. So here are your forecast details, and it includes for tonight in the Twin Cities, clear skies. It'll be breezy, 53 to 58, a southeast wind at 15 to 20. Mostly sunny with gusty conditions for tomorrow and a high from 85 to 90 degrees. Southeast winds at 25 to 30. See that? 25 to 30 tomorrow. Then Monday, here is your chance of thunderstorms. Not a substantial amount of rain, but a chance of thunderstorms. Tuesday, partly cloudy, partly sunny on Wednesday, and temperatures in the 70s. The unusual thing about a forecast like that is for Tuesday and Wednesday, you want to say cooler. Well, sure, because it's all comparative. It's cooler than 90, but it's still 15 degrees above what would be average for this time of the year.
Frostbite's not going to be a problem.
That's right.
That's one thing we have to worry about.
But you did mention our best day for a chance of rain might be Thursday?
Monday is the next chance, and then after that, Thursday, and that's too far away to know exactly how big it'll be.
Yeah, we need a long-term one, and you're not expecting anything like that in the near future, right?
Nope.
Thanks, Roy.
Thanks. Tonight, children everywhere are awaiting the arrival of the Easter Bunny. This afternoon, kids in Hopkins proudly displayed their Easter baskets. They got an early start on Easter egg hunting today. Some kids skipped the basket and they pulled off their hats to store their precious finds.
Keep waving. Hi.
Come right here and wave at the camera.
It's here, WLOL's incredible prize catalog sweepstakes.
That's what nearly $1 million in prizes looks like.
And we know you want to win.
Sure, and here's how.
Listen to WLOL weekday mornings at 7:10.
Yep, and when you hear your number, you've got 20 minutes to call the phone number listed in your catalog and choose your fantasy prize.
And then watch for us weeknights on News 11 at 10 starting Monday for another winning number.
Sure, it's easy. Listen to WLOL, watch News 11, and win.
You were right, Agnes. The special looks great.
Last year, Bill and I decided to change our eating habits. I found out that eating food low in saturated fat and cholesterol, like vegetables and fish, can reduce the risk of heart attack. Bill said, I've been eating my way for 60 years. You want me to change now? I said, Bill, it's never too late to change your eating habits.
We did, and now I've had a
Change of heart. Be sure your family eats right.
Your heart will love you for it.
I'm gonna have a baby. Hey, you in there, I want you born big and strong. Now I know why pregnant women shouldn't smoke or drink. It increases your chance of having a low birth weight baby. Low birth weight babies are full term, but they're small, and some of them have awful medical problems. Well, I'm gonna eat right and do what I can to make sure you're born healthy. We'll go to the park and ride the swings.
Remember, you gotta take care of your baby right from the start.
Action! Live from New York, it's Saturday night, and it's better than ever.
I went to Pat Sajak's barber. I thought it might help the ratings.
Plus some unusual hosts.
The host of Hair.
A great band, new writers.
Stupid. Yeah, who you calling stupid? I'm looking at him.
And Dana, Nora, Phil, Jan, Victoria, John, Dennis, Kevin, and Whitney. It's Saturday Night Live.
Well, isn't that special?
Boating provided a much-needed relief from temperatures flirting with 90 degrees in the Twin Cities today. Lake Minnetonka was filled with boaters this afternoon. A quick splash in the lake proved just the thing to cool off. And a little water and a lot of soap was splashed on cars all around the Twin Cities. Several people took advantage of the warm weather today to put a shine on their cars. Business at car washes was just booming today.
And tonight, Action 11 reporter Mike Igo says the warm weather brings a mixed bag of blessings. Dry conditions have gardeners concerned about their backyards.
When you're getting your garden going this time of year, there's always a lot to deal with. And this year's early warm weather probably has many concerned about watering their garden and their lawn.
But for most people, they don't need to be out watering the lawn yet, unless they have a real sandy soil or perhaps a south-facing bank where they get a lot of heat buildup. You probably can wait on the watering.
What you can do is dig in and check the soil for moisture. If there's not much at an inch or two, it's not a problem. But if it's dry 3 to 5 inches down, it's time to get out the hose. The mild winter also means you should give special watering care to your evergreens, as well as young trees and shrubs. And for perfect planting, your soil should be loose and easily break apart in your hand. If it's sticky and clings together, hold off on planting. This is Mike Igo, Action 11.
Gardening centers have already been flooded with questions about garden care.
Wait on the watering, that surprises me.
Yeah.
I have a lot of neighbors doing that right now. Coming up in sports, the Twins try to win back first place in the American League West.
And the Brewers tie an American League record. Randy Shaver is up next to tell us all about it.
My family visits Best Buy, a film by Billy Childer. Here's Dad looking at the dishwashers again. He sure hates doing the dishes. Mom likes the cameras, but she hates to have her picture taken. My sister loves boom boxes. She dances when she thinks nobody's looking. Grandma and Grandpa like TV. They've been looking at some that are bigger than me. This is me. I like the camcorders because when I get big, I want to make Best Buy commercials like this one. The end.
Chicago. And no matter where I've been, where I'll go, you keep calling me home. Calling me home, Chicago.
No matter where you're from in America, Chicago is your hometown.
Jenny?
Come home.
It's a feeling that calls me. Chicago is calling me home.
Think of all the things you could be doing if only you had more energy. This kind of energy comes from food by eating a well-balanced diet with vitamin B complex and biotin, the energy releasers. To be sure you're getting enough energy releasers, take Theragram M high-potency multivitamins with minerals, rich in B complex and biotin. They're essential for converting food into the energy you need. So eat right and take Theragram M from Squibb with energy releasers. Unleash your energy.
1,000 things to see and do awaits you at the 1987 Festival of Nations, Minnesota's largest ethnic celebration, May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd at the Civic Center. Catch the spirit of lively folk dancers, feast on fabulous authentic ethnic foods, explore a world of gifts at our International Bazaar, watch folk arts and crafts come alive, meet fascinating people from around the globe in St. Paul. Join the fun May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, a Festival of Nations for you.
The Twins are keeping it all in the family when it comes to their pick of bat boys this weekend. The man for the job is none other than 15-year-old Todd Blyleven, son of pitcher Bert Blyleven. Todd says he loves being on the bench, even if his main responsibility is picking up the bats after the players.
He's a big kid for 15 years old.
He really is.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Twins, how are they doing right now?
Well, last night was a great pitching duel between Blyleven and Mike Witt. Tonight, an even better pitching duel, if you can believe it, between two left-handers. No score in this baseball game right now. Frank Viola and John Candelaria locked up in a fast pitching duel. The game is just motoring along. They're in the bottom of the 6th inning out at Anaheim, and we have no score in the baseball game. Both teams tied for the Western Division lead at 7-3. Let's go to the scoreboard. The Twins just got done batting in the 6th. The Angels are up right now. Couple of highlights. The game, as I said, flying along. Frank Viola with with a strikeout of Brian Downing to open up the ball game for the Twins. Frankie's given up 1 hit to this point. The Twins threatened in the 5th inning. Runners at the corners, 2 outs, and Tom Nieto goes down looking. The score is 0-0 in the 6th. Complete highlights at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Well, one reason for the Twins' early season success is an upbeat, we-can-beat-anyone attitude. One of the new players is leading the way in that department. Steve Carroll has that from Anaheim.
Batting practice before a big game is important for the Twins players, especially tonight as they headed into the first-place showdown with California.
Get out, ball. Yeah.
Besides BP, positive team attitude is one reason the Twins are off to a great start.
There you go.
Another reason the Twins are doing well is the play of the guy signing autographs. Newcomer Al Newman. The speedy infielder has made quite an impact since coming over in an off-season trade with Montreal.
I just hope the momentum carries over towards the team. Thus far, we've been successful when I've been playing, and I just hope it continues.
Second baseman, Al Newman. And the 26-year-old Newman is being used as the Twins' leadoff hitter.
And Al Newman is a switch hitter, one of only 2 on the Twins team, but so far he's only batted from the left-hand side of the plate.
Even so, Newman is batting well over 300 while helping the Twins into a first-place tie with California. In Anaheim, California with the Twins, I'm Steve Carroll reporting for News 11 Sports.
Again, the Twins and the Angels locked up 0-0. The game in the bottom of the 6th. The teams will play at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Well, Milwaukee did it, as we told you earlier. The Brewers won their 11th straight game this afternoon, 4-3 over Texas. The win ties the American League record for most consecutive wins at the beginning of the season. Texas led 2-0 in the 3rd when Glenn Braggs drilled a 2-run double to left field for Milwaukee and tied the game at 2. Former St. Paul and former Gopher Paul Molitor scored on the play. The Brewers took the lead for good in the 4th inning. Rob Deere sends home run number 5 of the season over the wall in left field, and Milwaukee never looked back, 3-2 in favor of the Brew Crew. St. Paul native Paul Molitor set up the eventual game-winning run with a single and steals of 2nd and 3rd base. Here's the steal at 3rd. Braggs brought him home with a sacrifice fly in the 5th. Braggs had 3 RBIs on the day. The Brewers win number 11 in a row. Let's check the scoreboard. Again, the final, 4-3. Milwaukee beats Texas. They play again tomorrow afternoon. Oakland leading Seattle in the 4th inning. Baltimore clobbers Cleveland. Cleveland 1-10 on the season. Boston beat Toronto 6-4. Bo Jackson for Kansas City struck out 5 times today. That ties a Major League record. And Detroit beat the White Sox 3-2. In the National League, Mike Schmidt for the Phillies hit home run number 500. A 3-run game-winning shot to left. Schmidt becomes only the 14th player in history to hit 500 or more home runs in a career. Let's check the scoreboard. Philadelphia won the game 8-6. Cincinnati over Houston 8-0. San Francisco in 10 over Atlanta. St. Louis is leading the Mets in the 9th. Montreal beat the Cubbies, and the Dodgers over San Diego. The Gophers split with Wisconsin in their Big Ten opener this afternoon. The Badgers won the first of 2. The Gophers coming back to take the nightcap. The first game score was 4-1. The Gophers won the second game in 10 innings, 4-3. If anything, Gopher fans enjoyed the beautiful day during the first of 2 at Siebert Field. Not much to cheer about as the Badgers took advantage of a bases-loaded situation in the first game. A 2-run single iced the game 1 for Wisconsin. They win it 4-1. But the Gophers rallied in Game 2 to win 4-3 in 10. Same 2 teams for an Easter Day pair tomorrow, 1 o'clock starting time. Almost 80 degrees outside, and we're still talking hockey. Game 7 in the Patrick Division semifinals tonight, in a wild one in Landover, Maryland. Washington and the Islanders tied 2-2 in overtime. A couple of highlights. The Capitals led in this game 2-1, about 5 minutes to go. But Brian Trottier gets a tying goal past former UMD star Bob Mason, ties it at 2. In the overtime with a season on the line, watch the point-blank save by Mason. He is keeping the Capitals in this game. Late in the first overtime, still tied 2-2. The winner will play the Philadelphia Flyers in the division final. The Strikers beat St. Louis today 5-4 in overtime, and the Chicago Sting got beat tonight, so the Strikers' chances for that 4th and final playoff spot are looking even better. The Strikers jumped out to a 4-2 lead in the 3rd quarter. John O'Hara with the goal, but St. Louis tied it at 4. In the overtime, Hector Marinero gets the game winner. The goal makes it 5-4 Strikers, and their magic number to make the playoffs this year is now down to 2 games. In some notes, Gene Sowers and Steve Jones Two well-known pro golfers, I have never heard of them before, are tied for the lead after 3 rounds of the Heritage Classic. Final round is tomorrow. Gulch won the Wood Memorial today at Aqueduct in New York. That's a prelude to the Kentucky Derby on May 2nd. Joe Dial set a new American outdoor pole vault record today, clearing 19 feet 4 inches at the Kansas Relays. And the Monarchs, the professional volleyball team here in town, lost again tonight. They were beaten by New York. The final was 3-1.
I've always admired those pole vaulters.
Pretty soon they're going to be going over 20 feet, and that will be amazing.
Doesn't that seem dangerous?
It does, a little bit when you get that high. Again, 0-0, bottom of the 6th, Twins in California.
Fingers crossed.
You bet.
Thanks, Randy. Still ahead on our News 11 Extra, a Wisconsin man with some special talents.
Traveling man Jim Douglas brings us the sights and sounds of a master craftsman.
It's here, WLOL's incredible prize catalog sweepstakes.
That's what nearly $1 million in prizes looks like.
And we know you want to win.
Sure, and here's how.
Listen to WLOL weekday mornings at 7:10.
Yep, and when you hear your number, you've got 20 minutes to call the phone number listed in your catalog and choose your fantasy prize.
And then watch for us weeknights on News 11 at 10, starting Monday for another winning number.
Sure, it's easy. Listen to WLOL, watch News 11, and win.
Even with all you do to keep your family healthy, you may be overlooking something that could cause illness. Roaches, now proven to carry at least 6 known diseases. Call Orkin, because Orkin has protected more homes from disease-carrying pests than anyone on Earth. That's why they're #1. And they'll make your home safe from pests or your money back. Call Orkin today. For pests, they just might be all the protection you'll ever need.
Last chance for 3.9% financing. Last chance for cash back. Time's running out at your Greater Metropolitan Pontiac dealer. Now's your last chance to get 3.9% GMAC financing on any new Pontiac you buy. Or your last chance to buy or lease and get up to $1,200 cash back depending on model and equipment. You must take actual retail delivery from dealer stock by April 30th. 3.9% financing or cash back. Now's your last chance at your Greater Metropolitan Pontiac dealers.
If you don't feel guilty, it wasn't that good.
Hi, honey.
I ate all the Frusenglasche.
Frusenglasche, so creamy, so delicious.
And I'd do it again.
Enjoy the guilt.
Tonight on our News 11 Extra, the story of a boy with a passion for early American crafts. Traveling man Jim Douglas introduces us to that little boy who grew up to turn his passion into a trade.
It was built in 1911, the only bank then in Pepin, Wisconsin. But these days it's a home and workshop for Tom Latané. In the basement, beneath the bank's vault, Tom is crafting an iron sign for a local restaurant.
I suppose the fire is exciting, and I think that gets a lot of blacksmiths started. There's a magic to the fire, but later on you learn that the magic is in the hammer blows rather than the flame.
Last fall, Bob Walsh, another Wisconsin blacksmith, asked Tom to do some detail work on iron gates for the governor's mansion in St. Paul. Latané crafted curling leaves on the top and rosettes on the bottom. Well, Lola Perpich was delighted with the craftsmanship, and Tom Latané was building on his reputation as an artisan.
I'm always very pleased when I finish something that turned out well. But then I'm always looking forward to the next job, and I'll look at it for a while and pass it on to the customer and be excited about the next thing.
You have a sense in this darkened crypt of an old bank that history has been still framed, frozen for us to enjoy. That's what Tom Latané would want. And perhaps you too would find some personality in every piece of iron that he lovingly fashions by hand.
You just have to appreciate the labor and the care that went into it. When I'm designing a project, I design things into it that could only be done by hand, so that people that know can recognize that. I'm most pleased when I look at something that I've worked on for a week or several weeks